Alright, so we're back. I think Frisbee posted this POV, You Mad Bro title. Thought it was a good game, so I decided to upload my POV as well. And then add some comments. So Frisbee usually takes that roof area. I try to buff him and everyone else. For some reason, their team did not come to mid, which was weird. But this ends up being a really good match, so maybe they were just joining. Ooh, I almost got that arrow. So I didn't commit because I knew I was alone. Frisbee was the only one there. So I was just trying to heal him with the crossbow. And he got a lot of damage by the sentry. We're starting to take second. And I am trying to distribute the heals with the other soldiers. They finally take down the sentry, and we're gonna push from lower. So I uber early to avoid taking more damage. I was at 120 HP already.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on?
I decided to back up, so I always want escape route. I cannot follow Frisbee because there's a soldier on my right, so if I go up, that's death for me, and I got a nice arrow on that soldier, and then I decided to regroup with Frisbee up top. So it is easier for me to run away. Like every time I push with an Uber, I have escape route when the Uber ends. So this is a hard defense to break. So I know that we're gonna need Uber again. So there's no point in doing anything super risky from my perspective. My job right now is to stay alive, buff people so they can make the plays, so they can make things happen, and build my Uber. That's my job as a medic right now. So I'm 80%. I'm trying to heal as many people as I can, but it gets tricky. I see Frisbee goes back to fight someone, and I'm gonna have Uber, so I am trying to heal everyone. And I ended up using, because he was taking a lot of damage. See, every time I'm going through a choke point, I'm looking backwards to see if I can flash someone so they can go through the choke point without taking damage as well. That's important. So now, yeah, that mini sentry kind of screwed me because the demo man only had to shoot the mini sentry, and I ended up taking all of the damage. So here I'm back. I am 35%, and this place that I am at now, it's kind of dangerous because anyone can come from lower behind me and get me. So I'm not a huge fan of staying in that area on Sunshine. I much prefer this area, this upper area. It's much harder to get behind me. I just have to make sure that I'm watching the stairs because sometimes soldiers will come from below and jump me here. But that's why as a medic, you're always looking to the places where your combo is not looking. So you are an extra set of eyes. But I saw Frisbee wanted to push. Like, see, I'm looking. I want to pull that demo into the push as well. So I just didn't follow Frisbee alone. And then it's always better to have more people being able to push. And breaking through that initial damage from the choke point is sometimes what you need the Uber for. So it's okay to like share Uber a little bit in those scenarios. Because then you can get more people in to win the battle once the Uber ends. So I think Frisbee is dead now. So again, nothing much I can do. I have to stay alive. I have to buff everyone. See, like I'm always looking. I don't need to be looking at the player that I'm healing. I can see their health bar on my HUD. So I just click, I have my beam on those players, and then I go look to other places. So I have Uber, I'm using my bind. I want more people to come with us, but I think Frisbee's gonna use the battalion, so I Uber, because he was taking too much damage. And then we got the pyro, and then I immediately know I'm not gonna be able to follow Frisbee. He comes back, but now he has the battalions. Is that the battalions? I don't know the name of that banner that he has. But he's gonna use it, and we're gonna push again. But I'm not committing because I don't have Uber now, so I do take a lot of damage. We do get a lot of soldiers in there. I get some arrows from the distance. Now I commit because I see like this is looking good for my team. Now I'm trying to. Yep, I was just dodging the damage. That soldier was focusing me instead of focusing the other damage classes. And we won the round. So it was Uber plus a battalion's backup. Oh yeah, that was a very unfortunate random crits, but a good air shot by Lacronda. So I know Frisbee is not here, and this is not looking great for me. Oh, I got a spy? I don't even know what I got there. I pressed tab. I see that half of my team is dead, so I'm trying to regroup, find a class that can protect me. Heavies are good at protecting me in a close distance. So Frisbee's back and I have Uber, so I'm gonna follow him. I see he's taking a lot of damage, so I use the Uber before he is low on health. But we were able to get a couple of kills. But not enough. But now we're gonna try to push again. And I'm not committing. If I go out of this door, I'm dead. So I'm gonna find Frisbee on the other side. I hear a sentry, so I try to help take the sentry down. The sentry goes down. This fire is just trying to kill me. Alright, so we did lose mid. And we did lose 5 players, so I always keep tabs on how many players we have alive, because that makes the difference on how I decide if I'm gonna be in a more aggressive position or not. I gotta be careful with those lock and load pipes. They are really good at catching you off guard. And we might lose second. I have Uber. I see that Frisbee wants me to use. I can feel it by the way he's just peeking. So I use so we can go through choke. And I'm trying to stay alive. Ooh, good arrow. Yeah, this is tough. Got another medic now, which will help. I think I was the only medic for a while. They pushed left, but we do have a sentry. So we need an Uber. Now, like, to get out of last, usually Uber is not enough. We need more than just Uber. We need, like, player add. We need some other variables. This is casual, so probably Frisbee and I will try to do something with the Uber, like get the picks that we need to push. So I see the sticky traps behind me, and I'm just yelling and voice chat, like sticky trap, but Frisbee can't hear me. Like, oh my god, look at that. I don't know how the demo did not detonate those stickies. And then that soldier shows up out of nowhere. So it was a good bomb by Lacronda, and none of our soldiers saw that coming. I got juggled by the first rocket. Couldn't surf. But we're still holding. No one else on the right side. I'm gonna try to heal the other players as well. See, as I'm always like doing this movement where I'm looking around, I'm never sitting still, just facing forward. I try to do this as a way to protect myself from spies, and also just to be aware of my surroundings. I feel like one of the most important and difficult skills of playing medic is just being aware of everything that's happening around you and using that information to help you drive your decisions. Because at the end of the day, your decisions is what matters. So we go for the Uber, like Frisbee wanted me to use there, I could tell. And then I hit the mini sentry, I'm not gonna commit. try to take the mini sentry down. Frisbee will go lower. So I decided to rotate lower. So this is kind of a safe spot for me. So I see that they used. So try to run away through that choke door. Sometimes it's complicated. And then I miss everything. Oh, that's ugly. And then, oop, that soldier comes for me. I got a saw and another one. So that's 50% Uber right there. And I decided to use because he was about to die, but maybe I could have waited. I didn't want to risk it. But probably we could have gotten away without using it there. I was just playing safe, but not a great Uber. So I see we already have a medic in one place. So ideally, if you have more than one medic, you want to split the heals in other locations. So you can see the other medic is on upper left, and I'm trying to stay upper right. I don't like to be close to that door because I don't know what's on the other side of the door. Sometimes when people open the door, it's too late for me. So I hate being really close to that door. So I see the other medic is healing Frisbee, so I stop following him and start healing the other players. And once that Uber is done, like I know that they're gonna try to push, and we're gonna surprise them with a second Uber, and that's a perfect Uber. Everyone was here. See how I'm always looking back, even when Ubering Frisbee, because I don't have to look at the person that I'm healing. I'm just looking for how much HP other people have around me, so I can flash them. So we're trying to get some momentum here. I got a random crits. But then I think this is where we have a problem. Like Frisbee and I are the only ones on mid, and I see we're being back capped, so we should probably be going back. We're not going to be able to cap second. And then they arrive, so we're going to get sandwiched. And I'm just yelling at this point in game, like, Frisbee, they're behind us, Frisbee, they're behind us, but Frisbee can't hear me. So I'm like divided between looking to mid and looking to second. And I end up dying to the sniper. That's when I tell Frisbee, like, hey, you should enable voice chat. Which didn't work because you have to retry the server. But anyway, we continue playing with no voice communication. At least we have second now. So they Ubered, I have 40%, so I use that information to calculate how much Uber advantage we're gonna have, about 40%. But we lost more than half of our team, so we're not gonna be able to do anything about it. That's a very weird spot for a sentry. Well, I guess it does get people by surprise once they open the door. See, that medic ends up dying. I do not want to use yet. Yeah, so that was correct. Like, that would, if I had used, it would have been a bad Uber. So I waited because I knew he wasn't going to be able to run away. And then I used right now when he's like close to everyone and he can get a medic. He ends up not being able to get the medic because they Ubered as well. So here I'm just like trying to do movements so the sniper can't get me. Frisbee goes down, so I'm gonna defend left with Static Fuzz, who was also doing a good job on the match. And then this medic starts healing the same person. So by the way, when there are more than one medic healing the same person, it takes longer to build Uber. So whenever I'm playing with another medic and that medic is healing the person, I start healing the medic. That way I can continue to build Uber at the same rate. So never heal the same person, medics. That screws up your Uber farming, Uber building rate. Unless that person needs health. So they Uber right. And we had a sentry which bought us some time. I'm 75%, so I'm just trying to be safe here. And he got a crits. I'm 99, 100, so I have Uber. I want to position myself so we can use Frisbee's kind of far away from me. There you go. You want to use? Yeah. I don't know if... Maybe... Okay, so we dropped... To be completely honest, watching this footage right now, I didn't have to use because he already had the battalion's backup. I'm just not used to playing with banners like this, but we did not have to use there. I think we use when we don't have, or when I need to prevent people from dying, but no one was dying. We had battalion's backup. It was a bad Uber. Trying to get some info. I see we used, so I rotate to another door to heal other people. I can't see where Frisbee is right now. I think he was behind. So I see that, yeah, there he is. And we're being back-capped. There's nothing we can do, so we will continue to fight. And then we get back-capped by a spy. 1-1. Pretty good match so far. Very, very balanced. I think now is when we get 3 medics, and I get a little bit annoyed when there are too many medics, and they're healing the same people that I'm healing. It screws up my Uber building rate. So see, I got the bean on Frisbee, and I'm always looking behind. Like, I'm not looking at Frisbee. I don't have to look at him. I can see his health on my HUD. Okay, I saved that spy with a nice arrow. I see that the team is really weak. And we're pushing. And now 3 medics are on the same side. I'm 95%. It would be awful if I died to a spy. Yeah. My bad. Anyway. Now that so after I die to a spy for the first time, I become a little bit more paranoid. So I will do more spy checks. Like, I will look back more often, and I will just position myself in a way that's harder for spies to get. But there is a drawback to everything, because if I get too paranoid about spies, then oh, that was a good arrow. There it is. Like, I knew the guy was a spy, same guy. If I get too paranoid about looking for spies, then I miss things that are happening in front of me. So, because I'm having to divide my attention between looking back. So, yeah, that's why I don't like this spot. It's because soldiers can just pop out of there and get us. So luckily that soldier missed the shot. So I am 97%, a bunch of stickies. I don't want to use that. He wants to go from lower. So we're gonna go, I think I can hold this Uber for a moment. Nope, I used straight away. We did get a medic. And see, I have always my escape route. Like, I always calculate the amount of time I have left before I start going back. I got a nice arrow on Frisbee there, but it wasn't enough. So I decided to retreat. And heal other players. Like, we need Uber, we need Banner, we need everything to be able to break this defense. Their team is really good. I saw that most of our damage classes were dead, so I decided to go back. See? If I didn't had retreated, their combo would have killed me. So it was a good decision. Like, a lot of playing medic is about making the right decisions. Like this, you have to develop this radar, almost like a spider sense that this feels like it's about to become dangerous. I need to get out of here. Yep, trying to heal the other medic. Like, I don't like how all of the medics are in the same place, but I hear that they have Uber and we have 95. And we're pushing. I'm looking. Oh yeah, so this was unfortunate. I was expecting Ooh, take that, Uber saw. I was expecting Frisbee to come with me, but he went back through the door, and I was overextended. So I was just not expecting them to push with an Uber, and that was just bad timing. That soldier came out of nowhere, and I was weak. All right, we're back to a stalemate situation. Again, my job right now is to stay alive, heal people, farm, and build Uber. That soldier jumps me. I will try to. I missed this surf, but luckily I was able to dodge the other rockets. So usually when I get a splash damage, I don't want to surf up like that because I become a very easy target. But those dodging and just mechanics moving gave me enough time to survive. So Frisbee is pushing with Battalion's backup, and I have Uber. So I think right now things like I don't use, and then ooh, see that was I used a few milliseconds before I dropped to a random crit spike. I think right now Frisbee did not understand why I used because he was not seeing it from my POV, but it was a really good use. Otherwise, I would have dropped to that random crits. Again, if I was looking back to a spy, I would have missed that, and I would have dropped. So it's always a balance between how much time do I want to spend looking back, how much time do I pay attention to the damage that's coming towards me. And I see a demo, spider sense goes off, too dangerous, get out of there. So I get out of there. I have to stay alive. That's the number one priority. If the person that I'm healing dies, that's their problem. They can jump, they can fly away. I can't. So it's easier for them to run away from a bad situation than it is for me to run away. So I have Uber. I used to save Frisbee, and he also has a banner, so I think he was a good Uber because we can contest the point. Alright, so we were able to defend the point, and they are down about 5 players. So one of our medics also has Uber, so hopefully they use to try to push, or they wait so we can push together with 2 Ubers. Sometimes on casual you need to coordinate the Uber so you can push with multiple Ubers at the same time. That's like the only way. Like, oh, Frisbee is so weak. But he survived. He lived another day. Alright, now I go back to my favorite spot when playing medic. So I can see kind of everything. I can see both sides and I can see lower from stairs. And then I see that they used, see how I'm looking at them because I thought they had crits. So I couldn't just look back, and then I see that they had crits right now, so I used. I saw from the brightness of the soldier's rocket launcher. And then they used, so now I have to go back. I'm like, this demo man's running. Yeah, this is an intense match. Like, it's really hard to break their defense right now. We need to do a better job of coordinating the Ubers. I think that's what we need to do. I was trying to use voice chat to organize that, but I don't think it was working. I was Ubering Frisbee, and then the rest of the team would always join later with a delay. Whew, that was a dangerous. Like, see, I'm not committing. The amount of damage from the left is too high. It's too much. Okay, I'm gonna have Uber. Frisbee used banner. I don't want to use yet. Okay. And I used right when we saw the heavy. I think it was a good use. It denied all of the damage we were gonna take. We made some picks, and then like, where's the rest of the team? See, like, some players arrived only after we were done with the Uber. So not ideal, not very good Ubers from a team perspective. And we have 3 medics now. Like, we should be able to have 3 Ubers at the same time. It takes 40 seconds to build an Uber. And we lost the medic. I'm trying to keep the other medics alive as much as I can. It's not an easy task. Ooh, that crits was close. The Frisbee uses the battalion's backup, which is a perfect counter for their Kritzkrieg. And then I have Uber. And I have no idea how that heavy did not die. Like, I don't want to use now. I don't want to use reactively. I want Frisbee to find the opening. Oop! See, that was some crazy movement, so the sniper would miss his shot, because I did not want to use. So we go for a back cap, and then I use after Frisbee takes a bunch of damage. And now we're in. Like, we're really in. And I started to see, I go to my escape route immediately. See, oh, my Uber, I'm running out of Uber. I'm going to go to my escape route. I have to survive. And I did. That's what happened. And then the team can continue to fight. If someone goes after me, then they're not looking at the point. Or if they are defending the point, then I can get away. So it's a win-win situation for me. If they come for me, my team can cap the point. If they don't come for me, I can run away. That usually only works when you're pushing last. So you have to use that to your advantage. I'd never try to cap last. Very rare situations I do. Like when I'm one of the only few players alive after a fight like that, I can repush last, but... Ooh, Frisbee died to sniper I am about to have. And I will probably wait until he's back. I don't know if I trust the rest of the team to push without him right now. We are pushing last, so our respawn times are lower. So he should be around any time now, and I see a soldier. Like, I got the soldier, and Frisbee's back. So I'm using my bind, as you can see on the chat. I'm using my bind, and then I see that they use crits, so I immediately use Uber. And I go back before those stickies were able to trap me out. Like, no one is taking the stickies. Oh, they Ubered behind me. So like, okay, let's push last if they're Ubering from behind. Go last, and then we go last. They are trying to stake a comeback as well. And we are able to cap. So that was perfect. Like we ended up baiting them out of last and then pushing again. That's a good strategy that usually works. But alright, that was a long match, really challenging. A lot of decision-making process, play medic. Hopefully you were able to learn a few things, and yeah, see you on the next one. Peace.